Big matchup, a lot on the line for both teams, but as I just outlined, it's been a little tougher on the Cowboys side to get a win.
Man.
So, can Dak Prescott break through to beat the Niners?
I think so. You know, I think he can. He's made some mistakes along the way in these 3 straight losses. He's 2 and 3 lifetime, whatever that means, right? But the 3 straight losses is what comes to mind because a couple of them are big-time losses up in San Francisco. They've revisited the scene of the crime again this Sunday night. And so when you look at it, you say to yourself, with an injured team like the 49ers are, I mean, they potentially could be without 3 of their top or 4 of their top weapons on the offensive side of the ball. Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Jennings, and obviously Ayuk lost for the season. And he's got to get it, though. This is it. $60 million, this is it. $60 million quarterback. You got to do it, man. We are waiting to have a conversation about, oh, my God, man, he threw for 330 and 3 and no picks. We're waiting to have that conversation. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and he knows that. He knows that the pressure's on.
Do you think he can break through?
Yeah, I think so, because, you know, if he does break through, this also will allow Key to push the field goal.
Move the goalpost?
Move the goalpost back, because, you know, he had the Cowboys at 3 and 5.
Yeah, I moved it a little bit.
So he gonna move it once again.
Slide it on down.
Yeah, but I'm willing to take that hit, though, to see him win. I'm willing to take the hit. Yeah, I don't have a problem. I'm not against the Cowboys. I have an opinion. Ain't that what you say?
Yeah.
And I'm paid to have an opinion.
That is what they pay us to do, yes.
And so my opinion is that this is not a very good football team at times, based on play by the players and coaching by the coaches and owning by the owner, right? I mean, this is just not a very good football team. But when you get a wounded team that is hurt like the San Francisco 49ers are, man, you got to take advantage of that.
Yeah, just to highlight how wounded the Niners are, Juwan Jennings is questionable with a hip injury. Jordan Mason is questionable with a shoulder injury. George Kittle is questionable with a foot injury. Deebo Samuel is questionable with a wrist and illness. Nick Bosa is questionable elbow. Chris Connolly, questionable ankle. Greenlaw is out. I'm boring you with all this, I'm sure, but I haven't even gotten to the rest of them. But also, obviously, Brandon Ayuk is out for the season. Christian McCaffrey is still not back. They are very wounded. If they can't get them now,
they'll never get them.
They should just quit.
It's passing into unserious.
No, they should quit, though. If they can't get them, they should just quit. They should just pack up and go home.
The Niners are still a very talented team, a well-coached team. And
you just gave me all the talent on the injury report.
No. I think that the Cowboys will win, and I think that they should win. I think this will be the game that they break through. And whether people say, okay, well, they were injured or not, that's not the Cowboys' business. That's not their job. Their job is to beat them whether they're whole or whether they're injured. So that's of no consequence, and it counts the same. The Niners are the better team overall, but the Cowboys are in a better position right now. Now, it is on the road, and listen, Vegas still feels like the Niners are significantly better. They're still favored by 4. You get 3 at home, so they still feel like they're better than the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys will win. I think this will be a breakthrough game for Dak Prescott. As far as what it means overall about who he is, that's the caveat to me of, okay, well, the Niners are injured. As far as the season goes, as far as where they stand right now, as far as the vibes and energy and momentum, that is the win that they need to get. To say how Dak performs against the Niners in this game, that doesn't really matter to me because they are injured.
Yeah, it's a must-win. I mean, they're getting in territory that every game is a must-win for the sake of their season and possibly. I also think that when I look at the conference, I feel like the Dallas Cowboys got to win their division just to make the playoffs. That's how tough it is. And so for the sake of Mike McCarthy not getting put on the grill, let alone the hot seat, they have to win this game.
So you think that Dallas needs it more?
Man, he put on the grill.
Yeah.
That's over with, Paul. He cooked if he don't get him to the NFC Championship game. Oh, no, he's cooked.
I actually do agree. I think they have to make it to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, he's going to get cooked if he...
Which is an unrealistic expectation because they haven't been there in 30 years.
Last
year.
Oh, Paul, think about it, though, homie.
Oh, my goodness.
When people start questioning, and I'm not talking about just people, I'm talking about the owner of the team, the CEO of the team, the president of the team, the general manager of the team, start talking about your play calling publicly.
That's the beginning of the end.
Man, he already done said what he needed to say.
Yeah.
You know, and you're not going to answer the call by beating the 49ers to back him off a little bit? Nah.
So he been on the grill.
He started the season on the grill.
He's on an expiring contract. They didn't get it done at the end of last year. I think of the tenure of not just his tenure, but going back really, Dak Prescott's tenure last year to me was the most disappointing end of their season that they've had, because not only did they have 9 All-Pros, it was Dak Prescott's best year of his career
absolutely.
As an individual, statistically, finishing as an MVP finalist, being an All-Pro, really correcting the issues he had the year before with turning the ball over, for them to have won 16 games in a row going into that home game to start the playoffs, to lose, and not just lose, but the way that they lost to the youngest team in the playoffs last year was the most disappointing.
They got destroyed. Paul, did you ever play on like at the height, not that other stuff, on an expiring contract? Like in Boston, did you ever have like 3 months left on your deal where people was like, hey, he ain't bringing him back?
No.
Exactly. No. Right? How would you feel if you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Can't relate.
You can't relate.
I can't relate to that.
You can't relate to that.
I can't relate to that.
Because the only reason why he can relate to it because he's on it, and like Joey said at the end of the season last year, if you really felt a certain way about the coach, you're going to give him a little 2-year extension, tie him up for an extra couple years. You know what I'm saying? You do that.
Well, it's
he said, no, man, you got to show me.
I think it's a respect thing as well, because people get fired all the time and they pay their contracts out, pay them to go away. To not even want to put him in a position where he feels some security so he can focus on the long-term success of the team. That's why I don't like expiring contracts for coaches, or really for executives or anyone. Because when somebody knows that they're making decisions to survive, they make different decisions than they make if they know they have the ability to let their plans play out.
And the people that's playing with you, after a while, they realize, man, this dude ain't going to be here anyway. Man, I ain't listening. They're going to tune him out at some point.
It's absolutely
lose a couple more games. They're tuning him out.
Yeah, because everyone knows.
He ain't going to be here.
Why
would I run through a wall for
That's just not professional, though. That's just not professional.
But it's
the reality.
Human nature. Yeah,
and it's the reality. Yeah, it may not be professional, but that's the reality of it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're losing.
Yeah.
If you're in it, of course, then there's a chance you turn the whole thing around and he's there. But who needs a win more, Key?
Dallas Cowboys. You got a quarterback that's highly paid, that everybody's on, right? They haven't beaten his team in 3 years, 3 tries in the last 3 tries. You got a quarterback that has a lack of weapons because they're injured and they're wounded. You need to show everybody out there that you could still be one of the top teams in the NFC, let alone your division. You playing chase, okay, to the Philadelphia Eagles in a team in Washington that nobody in their right minds thought that a rookie quarterback in Jaden Daniels was going to have them in a position that's sitting at 5-2 and on my big list, even though y'all don't want them on the big list, as a top 6 team in the National Football League.
You just be making stuff up.
Well, how did I make that up?
Who said we didn't want him on the big list?
Y'all did that all day yesterday, Joy. Y'all grilled me all day yesterday about having them sit where they were sitting.
Wait till I bring the tomatoes out. I haven't even hit you with tomatoes yet.
But yeah, they need it in the worst way. And let's see if they can get it.
I think Dallas needs it more as well. Look, they both need it. Like the Niners don't want to fall back either.
There's no question.
This is a very, very important game for both of these teams at this point in the season. But we feel like maybe the Niners get everybody healthy again. They have enough pieces. They'll figure it out.
And if they lost to them, Joy, guess what we gonna say, Paul? Oh, they was banged up. They was hurt.
Correct. And they might be able to correct that by the end of the season. But to your point, they're chasing the Eagles. They're chasing the Commanders.
Yes.
Commanders are 5-2. Eagles are 4-2. The Cowboys are 3rd in the division right now. And then based off of that, assuming that they don't win the division, now you've got teams ahead of you like the Seahawks, like the Bears. You've got the Falcons in the mix. You have the Rams, who got a big win last night. Like these are teams that are down the stretch who are really experienced and are going to make a push. So this is a super, super important game. But go ahead.
No, go ahead, Joe. I mean, I don't know. I'm listening to y'all, and y'all say Dallas, but we sat here 6 or 7 weeks ago and said, hey, who are the teams to beat going into the season? We mentioned Kansas City, we mentioned Baltimore, but San Francisco was right at the top of that list.
Of course.
So what expectations did we have for Dallas? Originally, I thought maybe Dallas or Dak Prescott needs this win, but let's keep it real. Key, you had Dallas going 3-5. So
I had them 2-4,
2-4, then 3-5. So you really didn't have a lot of expectations for them, right?
No, I didn't.
But San Francisco And Purdy, we had high expectations for them.
And I do.
They need this win more than anybody. I don't care. Because last week or even the week before, we said Dak Purdy is knocking on the door of the big four quarterbacks.
Brock Purdy, yeah.
Brock Purdy, yeah.
He mixed the two up.
Yeah, Dak Purdy.
He gonna be Dak Purdy in about 4 months.
Dak Purdy in 4 months.
He gonna be Dak Purdy for sure.
No, so I just feel like, man, originally I was Cowboys, but Purdy and the Niners need this. If they want to hold their season afloat and meet the expectations they had coming into the season, he got to hold this team afloat.
Yeah. Yeah.
But see,
he's got to do it, even depleted.
I know, but even with that though, Paul, I feel like they got Seattle in 2 weeks. So they start looking at the division. When I start looking at the division, they still in the division race. I don't feel like the Cowboys could afford continual losses because they're going to push them out of the division race.
What do we expect from them anyway?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, there's always
what do we expect from them anyway?
We expected more from the Niners.
Yeah, we expect more from the Niners.
If the Niners didn't make the playoffs or got knocked in the first round, it would be a bigger decision based off their expectations. But that's why it really is a big game for both of them.
Yeah.
Last year, former Cowboys tight end Dalton Schultz said that fan tours of the Cowboys facility were a distraction. And this week, Jerry said he had hoped they'd gain popularity and continue to make money. CeeDee Lamb was asked if he thought they were a distraction. Sometimes. Jerry responded saying, quote, "It's ridiculous to think that it impacts the play of the players." Yeah, nothing matters, right? Ever. Look, I don't know if there is a direct line of correlation between having fan tours of the facility while the players are there and winning and losing, but I will say this. Nothing is everything. Everything is something. And this team has not had the success based off of the players that have been there, the expectations, the hype, the ratings for the past 30 years. And they do things differently than other organizations. Now, they make the most money. They are the biggest brands. But you both know this as businessmen. Some things are just for making money. Sometimes you have to make different decisions that aren't going to immediately make you money, but in the end will end up paying off for other goals that you have. And the Cowboys just don't seem to ever want to compromise on things that give them headlines or money or fandom or brand exposure at the cost of anything at all, including potentially distracting your players while they are preparing for games or working out throughout the week. So is there a direct line of correlation between winning and losing and fan tours?
No.
No. But does anyone else do any of the stuff the Cowboys do?
No.
No. So but I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
CeeDee came into this. You drafted, and this is what it was when you got here.
Sure.
Listen, if I go to bed every night with the fan on, and it's on every time I go to bed, now all of a sudden somebody says, does the fan distract you? I don't know nothing else. This is what it is every night.
Sleep habits are very important.
Yeah, I get it.
The temperature has to be 68. I'm not arguing about this.
But you should be already, to me, that fan stuff is like, and to my point, is white noise. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been going on from day one. Like, if you winning, it wasn't a distraction last year. It was a distraction the year before when y'all won 12 games, or the year before that. Why is it sometime now? You know what I'm saying?
Because when you're losing, everything matters.
Exactly. When you're losing, all the little small things get brought to light. Well, bring these to light when everything is good. You know what I'm saying? Like a relationship. I want to hear about let's hear about it when everything's good, not when it get bad.
Paul to host a relationship show.
No, I need to, huh? I do need to. I got good
relationship advice.
I got good relationship advice.
We're gonna start putting that on social media. TikTok, it'll blow up.
Let me know when it's good.
Yeah. What do you make of CeeDee's answer?
I mean, I get it. I get what CeeDee's answer was, and I get that Dalton Schultz feeling. I play for the Cowboys. I understand it. I get it. But I also understand Jerry, and I get what Jerry is saying. It had nothing to do with what we're doing on the field, man.
Right.
It really doesn't.
It never does.
No, it doesn't, though, Joy.
Yeah, it never does.
Look. If I'm lifting weights, and people walking by looking at me like I'm in a damn animal park somewhere through a glass while I'm lifting weights, as long as they're not talking to me, I'm not distracted of people walking by.
You're not.
And paying attention to it.
What if someone else
But it's 53 players on a team. All 53 cannot possibly be distracted on a Sunday when these tours are taking place throughout the week at specific times.
My thing is this, though.
Yes, it's a...
You do everything the most. Everything the most that is about branding. Everything the most that is about money. Everything the most that is about fan retention and expansion. Got it. But y'all don't win in the postseason.
That's true.
You don't win when it matters. And whether or not it matches, these other teams that are doing that are not doing this. So do you have championship habits?
But those other teams, the Cincinnati Bengals ain't going to get the same attraction as the Dallas Cowboys.
Nobody's going to get the attention that the Dallas Cowboys.
That's what I'm saying. So what Jerry has done is he's cornered the market for everything.
You're talking about money.
Yeah, but that's where his focus is off the field. He has put a pretty good product on the field the last several years. For a while in general. They've always had players, man. He's always drafted well, developed well. For whatever little bit of reason, they can't get over the hump. I don't know what that is, but I can guarantee you it ain't because somebody walking through the damn hallway looking at the locker room.
That's what I said. It's not a direct correlation. It's not, but it's not just that.
So why are we even discussing it? Because of what Dalton Schultz said?
Yes, that's why we're discussing.
If it was a distraction for him, then he should have told them.
Football players, they just easily distracted, Joy. I mean, basketball players, the fans sit right next to us in the game. No problem.
Well, that may
no
be
problem.
True. Also, with certain, here's what I would say. If Bill Parcells was coaching that team, or this team right now, there wouldn't be nobody walking through the facility. That's why Jerry hires coaches that's not going to get in the way of him making money. Because Bill ain't going to have that. Jimmy Johnson, they ain't doing that with Jimmy.
This is the new age.
No, man,
that's why Bill's not even coaching.
They're not having it, though.
Yeah.
They're not having it.
Not with this day and age.
Parcells was a pretty successful coach, right?
Yeah. But Jerry wanted to.
Jimmy Johnson was a pretty successful coach.
One of the most successful coaches for the Cowboys, Yeah. But Jerry doesn't want that. That's not what Jerry wants. He wants to be able
Jerry is a business.
I agree.
Be able to make that $10 million.
Listen, mentor me, okay? I'm trying to be a billionaire.
He want to do that.
But if your goal is only to win a Super Bowl, then your energy is in that. There's like an energy pie, right? And like, how much of your energy is going towards making money and how much is going towards winning?
His job as an executive. As an executive.
But it's not his only job because we know he's involved in the team.
He's not coaching it, though. He's not coaching the team. He's not playing. He's not coaching. He's not playing, Joy.
Listen, all I'm saying is
putting the product out on the field.
It's always a lot, and it's a lot of this, and that's great. This is a lot of great. It's just not over here. But what you're saying is you want this, but what you're doing is this.
So if he stopped doing that...
It's not about stopping. Well, I'm saying that there are others. We have examples of other teams not doing this and winning. We have examples of other teams not doing this
other teams
and losing.
Like that,
but what I'm saying is, if your goal, do distractions not matter then? Like they don't matter at all?
Because
this is not the Cowboys' only distraction.
If the players feel that it's a distraction and it doesn't allow them to do their job on Saturdays and or Thursdays, Mondays, and Sundays, and holiday time on Saturdays, then they might want to talk to the owner and say, yo, we're distracted. We can't focus on a Sunday.
Did you hear CeeDee's quote? He said, sometimes I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah, well, he should go to the owner.
That didn't really exhibit the confidence that I'm going to walk into Jerry's office.
He should do that.
Hey, the Tours, cut him.
He should
cut him. We don't want that.
He should get with the other players that's distracted and say, this is causing a problem because on Wednesdays, at 2 o'clock when I'm trying to lift weights, you got people walking in the hallway.
Some of that money from these tours is going to some of these players' pockets.
Absolutely. The revenue sharing is a split.
Exactly.
So they get a little bit of that.
Exactly.
I understand what you're saying, Joey. I'm not against you, but I'm just trying to tell you why Jerry does. Look, so fans spend $40 for the experience, right?
Oh, that's it?
They spend $40 so the fans can experience
you should go, Key.
What the employees manning the tour information booth.
Hey, I'm going. What's the number? What's the number? I'm about to call
you get a day in the life of a Cowboy player. It's $70 for the ultimate fan experience, which includes authentic letter, fandom from Jerry, so you get a letter for extra
man, I got
$30.
that key. Here for my credit card.
Then if you want to raise the ante, you get a little souvenir, you get a little pen, a little shopping, a little
What's the ultimate level? I need to get to that one.
You get $90. You could add a $90 more dollars to it for a Q&A session.
CD? Can I high five CD?
No, but they don't want you talking to the players. But you can get a $90 add-on, a session with an AI Jerry Jones hologram. So you get to talk.
$90. I get to talk to the AI.
On top of all that, so you spend about about 200, man, about 230, and you good.
Are they at home this week?
Maybe they can AI hologram this team in the Super Bowl. Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.